Hi, this is Eric Stoller for the Eric Stoller Show and the Man on a Mission series. I'm here today at the Aesthetic Integrative Medical Surgery Society Conference at the Amarant Ocean Resort in Singer Island, Florida in West Palm Beach. I'm here today with Donna White, the founder of BHRT Academy. Donna, thank you for being here. You're always a supporter of AIMS. It's always great to see you. I remember the first event we did a few years ago in Middletown, New York. And then we went to Boston, and now we're in Miami. And I said to Jackie Young, where are we going next? We're going to keep going farther south. But welcome. And first, share me a little bit about, your passion and that brought you to start this academy, a little bit about you.
Yes, I'm the founder of the BHRT Training Academy, and actually I got into the field of hormones because I had a terrible case of PMS in my early 30s.
Okay, wow.
That was about 30 years ago. I've been on bioidentical hormones for 34 years. I'll be 63 in a couple months. So
Wow.
It's been a lifelong career for me, and I got into it for personal need to start. But what I found along the way, Eric, was that so many medical providers really wanted to learn how to prescribe
Yes.
these bioidentical hormones, but they didn't get it. They didn't understand it, and it's not taught in medical school. So hence I started the entire BHRT Training Academy. And that filled a very important need, because here's what happens. 75% of the women in menopause that go to their medical provider for help with menopause, 75% of those women walk away untreated.
Yes.
Because their providers just don't understand how to help them.
And I just hear it day to day, hearing like friends. I've heard it from practitioners, my sister, and again, looking for answers. And like you said, a lot of providers are not in the know. So tell me, for your standpoint, what is one of the biggest reasons why somebody needs to join your academy to kind of help them growing their business and their clinics?
Because women and men are looking for help. They're trying to figure out how to deal with these symptoms of fatigue, can't sleep, can't lose weight, cognitive issues, can't remember what you went to the pantry for.
Right.
Mood issues, anxiety, depression, mood swings, low sex drive, and of course the perimenopausal, menopausal symptoms, and men can have some andropause symptoms. They're looking for answers more than ever. So there is such a need, and yes, there's patient need, or there's the demand. People want to feel better, but they also want to protect their health long term. And that's what hormones do. They help reduce the risk of heart disease, reduce the risk of diabetes, reduce the risk of gaining a lot of weight at menopause, reduce mood issues, reduce cognitive decline. People on hormones live longer, according to research. So yes, we all want to deal with our symptoms, but we want to protect our health long term. That's why we need to be testing hormone levels, figuring out what our levels are with a certified trained provider, and implementing them. It's an aspect of longevity that we all need to be looking at.
Now you had said that you got into it for personal reasons, and I find a lot of founders of companies, a lot of it, they were in a discovery phase, and they were the ones looking for an answer. And I see it now, like here we are in 2025, that they haven't found you. Because in fact, I talked to my sister, I said, she needs to talk to you in the academy. Because I believe first is education. So let's talk a little bit about the education that you provide people to kind of first get them that they're on the right path to be successful.
So our training program is a certification program. So providers come to our academy, it's all online, and they take our training, they earn their CMEs, they can sit for a board exam because we want them trained really well. They're taught in hormone testing, they're taught about supplements, how to prescribe the hormones, all the different types of hormones that they can use. So they're very well trained, and we give them ongoing training, and they have have access to our faculty to bring their complicated cases to. So it's a very comprehensive certification program. And if patients are looking for more information or how to find one of these providers, go to our website, the BHRT Training Academy, because we do list out providers that are trained. But I also have a book that if women want to learn about hormones, it's the Hormone Makeover. So if you're, a lady looking for information, please have a look at the Hormone Makeover.
And how can they get a hold of the Hormone Makeover?
Thehormonemakeover.com or Amazon.
There you go. So definitely a good read. And so, what has been like, you talk about heart health and living longer. What are some of the things that you need to do in terms of testing people so they know where their hormone levels are and they actually know they're a candidate?
Well, yes. So a provider, let's say you're going to a provider that knows what they're doing. They're going to take a deep dive into all of your symptoms. Because that's important. We need to know how you're sleeping or, what's going on with your menstrual cycle or, all of the symptoms and the main concerns that the patient has. And then do a thorough round of hormone testing. We're looking at a whole look at the thyroid, the stress hormones. I mean, everybody's got stress issues these days. And those elevated stress hormones will throw all the other hormones out of balance. We have to look at thyroid hormones, nutrition. So we have to do a thorough round of testing because it isn't a one size fits all. Some women don't need estrogen, some do. Some need a little testosterone, some don't. So testing and symptom analysis is very important, along with your goals. Like, I want to get my sex drive back, or I want to sleep better. So the patient needs to give a lot of feedback. And so it should be that, work together relationship with the practitioner well-versed in this.
And you made the point, this isn't like a cookie cutter. You're going and buying a refrigerator. This is a true relationship-oriented type of, because it's trust.
It is.
Involved in this. And again, I hear it just from hearing folks like my sister who are now at an age and doctors. So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and kind of enroll in the academy or find out more, how do we go about doing that?
My website, bhrttrainingacademy.com. There's lots of free resources for providers like dosing guides and ebooks and so forth. So we're happy to share our resources because we want providers trained.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's 75 million women, and I'm just talking about women.
Sure,
of course, men need help too. But there's 75 million women in the United States in menopause. They're looking for help, and they need to be served.
And again, it's a need in the market. And I want to say this to you because, I've had a chance to see you lecture, and I know you have a cruise that you do annually now or biannually. Share me a little about the cruise. I know you had your first one recently.
We did. So as our academy has grown, our providers we want you to have a conference. Okay. So we decided to do our first medical conference for medical providers on a cruise ship. And our first one was this past year. It was so successful. The providers loved it. We had great, speakers, vendors there that bring great relationships and resources for our providers. So we're doing it again this March. It's a symposium at sea.
And when's the dates for that?
March 23rd.
So March 23rd to?
I think the 30th. It's a 3-night cruise.
Nice. All right. So March, that's going to be in 2026.
Correct.
Before we end, because Donna is a trailblazer, she is a woman on a mission. She is something that's so important. If I'm a practitioner that's really sitting here watching this interview, what would you say to somebody? Because they're like, well, should I call? I don't know. Because people always have that skepticism. Sure. And I just say this, Donna is the real deal. She is out there every day. Her academy is first class. She's at all the events. And what the truth is that you're a product of the product.
I am.
Yes, and that's the biggest thing. So what would you say to these practitioners who need to pick up the phone and call you or go to the website and say, I need to, take my BHRT Academy training and get certified?
I would say that your patients need help with hormones. And if you're not helping them, they're going somewhere else. We know that the global demand for bioidentical hormones is expected to reach $38.8 billion by 2024.
Wow.
Women and men, they're looking for someone to help them with hormones. And I want providers to be trained well, not just go to a weekend course and then say, oh, now I'm doing hormone therapy. No, it's way more complicated, and you need to get good certification and training, and you need to learn all the different dosing forms available for your patients, all of the supplement protocols. Comprehensive training is important because as a practitioner, your reputation is important.
100%.
You need to be well trained because your patients want it. Their friends want help. And hormones are not something to be afraid of. They're something to be understood and implemented for the sake of your patients.
Well said. I want to thank you for doing this interview with me. Always a pleasure to see you. And again, we're here at the AIMS 2025 Fall Conference in beautiful Singer Island in West Palm Beach at the Amarant Ocean Resort. And I could say one thing is that if education and training is what you're about, then make sure that you reach out to the BHRT Training Academy and Donna White. And if you get a chance to see her lecture at one of our events or any of the events around the country, or sign up for her cruise. Thank you again, Donna. This is Eric Stoller for the Eric Stoller Show, a man on a mission, but with a woman on a mission, yes. Donna White. And we'll be back with more compelling interviews at the AIMS 2025 Fall Conference.